Hey, this is Ben. I am one of the co-founders of HRevolution, and I just want to share a little bit about the event's history, how it's different, and kind of what to expect if you actually decide to attend. So, some of the backstory, the whole concept of HRevolution started in the middle of 2009. It was July, and the annual Society of Human Resources Management Conference was going on in Louisiana. Well, some other people and I were a little bit jealous that we couldn't go, and we were kind of kicking around the idea, we're going to create something of our own. We're going to come together and just, it'll be a fun thing to come and share ideas and just support each other, really. And so that's how it started. It was just a cheap way for a bunch of people to come together, share some thought leadership, some concepts and things that weren't really being discussed, and that's where we started. That was in November of 2009. Well, in May of 2010 we had our second event, and there were over 100 people there. Both of these events have sold out ahead of time, so it's definitely something that people are kind of craving. We call it an unconference because the sessions are not like you might expect in a normal conference. You're not going to go in and sit there and listen to someone for an hour and then walk out. It's a little different than that. So that's a good segue. So how it's different from another event. First off, it's not going to break the bank. Tickets for this year are $150, really cheap. We cover your meals, and it's really meals, the location, you get some goodies and stuff usually. So it's really cheap compared to going to some $500 thing somewhere else. And so that's really one of the big things. It's cost effective, so anyone can come if they really want to. Next up we have the content, like I was talking about a minute ago. We don't have lectures really. At the first event we had it was our first time around, and people were kind of new to the whole idea, so some people came in prepared for that, but it ended up taking this entirely different shape. The conversation was guided by the audience, and it was driven by the audience. It was kind of guided by the facilitator. We don't call our people speakers. We call them facilitators, just because they kind of guide the conversation, but they're not the ones driving it. They may ask questions and things to get the audience more participatory, but it's really audience driven. You bring your questions, you bring your ideas, you share those with people, and you get something from them. That's about as simple as it gets. Another thing that's really neat about the event is that it goes on for as long as you want it to. Yeah, you come home that Saturday afternoon, or you go home the next morning on Sunday, but it can go on as long as you want it to. People write about it on their blogs. People, I know people that have built friendships over a year ago at the first event, and they still talk daily. They collaborate on projects together. They share ideas and things. They never would have came together if not for this event. So that's really kind of neat for us to see some real takeaways for people, some real ways they're getting value from it. If you make the leap, I'm going to go. Let's say you just decide to grab a ticket. What should you expect? If you want to get the most out of the event, I highly encourage you to connect with people before the event begins. Start reaching out to people. If you use LinkedIn, it's really simple to find. At the bottom of the event page, there's a long list of the people that are coming. Look for those names on LinkedIn. Try to connect with them. Say, hey, I'm going to HRevolution. We have a lot of repeat attendees this year, people that came last year to one of the last two events. So if you happen to stumble upon one of those people, they will be glad to help you out. We have some amazing people that attend this thing. So if you're on LinkedIn, you're on Facebook, you can join our LinkedIn group or join our Facebook page. Like our Facebook page. You can find some of us there and hook up. If you're on Twitter, you can find us there. If you read blogs and things, several of us write blogs, and you can just you can connect with people beforehand, so that when you get there, you're not nervous, you're not trying to get to know people. You already know on the basic level who they are, and then you can dig deeper and connect with them well. That's one of the first conversations, deep conversations I had at the event this past May in Chicago. I finished welcoming everyone in. I stood at the front with Joan, another one of the people that helped plan this last one. We stood at the front and welcomed every single person that came in. And once that was done, I started kind of moseying around a little bit and just trying to kind of touch on little conversations here and there. And this one guy stopped me. I never met him before, and he said, "I read your blog and I love what you do." And that just started this great conversation. Hey, you want to start a conversation with me? Tell me that. Seriously, it was a great conversation, and I talk to him every week now. It's been really great. So it's just fun to do that. If you connect before, the event takes on a whole different meaning and feel for you than if you wait till the day of and show up and start trying to meet people then. I'm not saying you can't do that. I'm just saying it's more helpful to try it beforehand. After the event, I said things like that carry on. People that you know, people that you meet, all you have to do is reach out. People are usually glad to know another HR pro in the field who has their own ideas and things to share and is willing to give something back and give some time to discuss things. That's one of the biggest things that I've seen is a lot of HR people are in this little bubble, and they don't get out. They don't get to talk to other ones, even if they're local. They meet people locally. They might not share the same kind of passions and just loving what you do and wanting to be better at it, and never settling for, well, I guess we just can't get any better, and we can't do any more than we're doing now. I'm certainly not that way, and I know a lot of people who attend this event are those kinds that you want to be like, that you want to follow in their footsteps and be radical and be a little crazy and be one of those people that wants to change things for the better. And the last thing I would tell you to expect or to do is to bring your ideas and questions. I've kind of mentioned that before, but if you have something big at work that's been bothering you, bring it. Talk to people about it. Even if someone doesn't say, "Hey, I know exactly what to do. Here's the 100% solution, and just do that and you're fixed." Even if they don't have that, they might be able to connect you with someone who does have that kind of answer for you. So it's worth a try to bring those things. Bring your ideas and say, "Hey, I've wanted to try this out, but I'm not sure. What do you think?" And people are glad to give you some opinions and some ideas on how to make that work. I know that this last event, I had some things I was thinking about trying out at work, and I got some really great feedback and decided not to do them. So I'm glad I didn't invest any more time and effort into something that really had a low success probability. Anyway, if you have questions or anything, you wanna ask something more pointed, more direct, I would love to help you. I said I'm one of the co-founders with Trish McFarland. She's the other. And we have two more planners that have been with us since the very beginning, and that's Crystal Peterson and Steve Bowes. We're all invested in this thing, heart and soul. We've been prepared for this for months now, and it's still 6 months away almost. So we are really on fire about this, and we would love to help with anything that you might have. Feel free to email me, ben@HRevolution.org. If you want to check out our website, it's HRevolution.org. Thanks for stopping by, and I hope to see you there.